Now 2022 was one banger of a year filled with lots of new anime that will forever be part of the Anime Hall of Fame. However, there are some anime that I will consider to be the best in my book, and man did I enjoy every last one of them. Gokigen yo everyone, the Starlight Let's Player is here, and these are my 10 favorite anime in 2022. Keep in mind that this isn't a top 10, I'm just listing 10 of my favorite anime that came out last year. And to further add to it, there will be some spoilers, so you've been warned. Now without further ado, let's get started. If you're looking to find an anime with a cute and gentle gyaru, look no further than this one, My Dressed Up Darling. This anime centers on Wakana Gojo, a high school student who has a passion for making Hina dolls and wants to become a craftsman like his grandfather. Eventually, his classmate, Marie Kitagawa, will run into him, and after seeing his work on a costume for his doll, she asks him to create cosplays for her. And that's where their friendship starts. What I love about this anime is the fact that Modern was able to boost Wakana's self-esteem, and to further add to it, she would end up falling in love with him. And damn does she have some of the most adorable expressions in this anime. I say Wakana's got the right girl to be by his side. We would also get introduced to two more characters in episodes 6 and 7, Sajuna and Shinju Inu. Sajuna being the short but older sister, and Shinju being the tall and voluptuous younger sister. I gotta say, this is one anime that I really enjoyed. Even the ending theme, Where Love Is by Akari Akase, is a bop. This anime definitely gets the recommendation from me, both dubbed and subbed. Next we have Vermeil and Gold. Now this is my #1 favorite anime in 2022. Also, Goldfield is a first year student in the Ortegia Academy of Magic. However, he was on the verge of repeating a year unless he performs a successful summoning. He would end up finding a grimoire in the library and attempts to use it as a way to summon a spirit that would become his familiar. But to his surprise, he ends up summoning a butt-naked demon girl named Vermeil, and she would end up agreeing to become Alto's familiar due to him having a very high percentage of mana. Since Vermeil's the succubus type of demon, she needs mana, and the only way to get it is by either kissing Alto or by doing the naughty. Not to mention that she is both a major tease and a flirt towards Alto. But despite all of that, she did have a traumatizing childhood, which I won't spoil, but because of that, she never had the chance to experience a happy childhood the whole way through, and it's probably the reason why she has a childish side. So if you're looking to watch this anime that has a voluptuous and loyal demon girl, you can't go wrong with Vermeil and Gold. But I recommend watching the sub version if you're not interested in hearing the English voice of Vermeil. Now to call this an anime would be an understatement. It's not on the level of Ishizoku Reviewers or Redo of Healer, but it comes close. Our MC Michio woke up in the setting of an RPG. Oh yeah, this is an isekai type of anime where it has an overpowered protag in a different world, and Helm in the Labyrinth of Another World is no exception. In episode 3, Michio would end up purchasing his first slave, Roxanne, a voluptuous wolfkin girl who's also skilled in combat. And this is where their dungeon exploring and love-making adventures began, and that last part is not a lie. Besides episodes 1 and 2, you can't go one episode without seeing them doing the naughty. This is why I have a hard time considering this as an anime. Now granted, the dude knows how to treat his slaves with love and care, unlike other anime out there. But I think the biggest issue I have with this anime is how extremely late it introduced the 4 other slaves that Michio bought. Hopefully this anime would ever get a second season, but other than that, it's still a solid anime. Yeah, quote, anime that I had a good time watching. Now if you thought Helm in the Labyrinth of Another World has its wild moments, then wait until you get to Immoral Guild. This anime centers on Kikuru trying to find a successor in the hopes that he can retire from the guild in order to find himself a girlfriend due to his age being 20 years old. But you can't go one episode without seeing his teammates roped into lewd situations with the monsters due to their characteristics. Not even anime was safe from this trend. As far as I can tell, this is way raunchier than the previous anime I talked about. And aside from the lewd scenes in this anime, I didn't even mention how much Esune has been trying to get Kikuru to be with her mom and become her stepdad due to how much of a deadbeat her real dad is. A very interesting dynamic. I just wish they didn't make this 11-year-old both cultured and stacked. Yeah, needless to say, this anime is very much off the top. It's crazy how this list went from wholesome to raunchy in a matter of minutes. But still, I highly recommend Immoral Guild if you're looking for something that's hilariously lewd. Ah yes, the second season of Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time. To put it simply, the main protagonist, Peter Grill, is trying to protect his relationship with his wife, Luvilia Santos, but he has a hard time doing so due to the amount of women from different races trying to get in his pants. And both seasons are not that different from each other in my opinion. But I still enjoy watching this show, hence why the second season is on this list. It's so damn funny and lewd at the same time, though I mostly feel bad for the dude. He's just trying to be a good fiance to his true love, and then here these thoughts trying to keep that from happening. Either way, start from season 1 if you're somewhat interested in this anime. It's slightly tamed than the previous two I mentioned, but not by much. Okay, I know this is more of a movie and not an actual show, but it still counts as an anime, and I couldn't resist putting this on the list. Dragon Ball Super Superhero is the second Dragon Ball Super film, and I couldn't resist seeing this movie day one at the cinema. I'm a hardcore Dragon Ball Z fan after all, and I think this movie really lived up to the hype, even if it pales in comparison to Dragon Ball Super Broly. Now, even though this movie did not receive any controversy, it was pretty much centered around the controversy towards Toei Animation, due to them ruthlessly and unfairly removing 90% of Totally Not Mark's videos on YouTube. I've talked about the situation before. Thankfully, he was able to get all his videos back. It was still a big move on Toei's end, but at least everything worked out in the end. So what about the movie itself? Well, I love the direction they went with the movie when it comes to the animation. I love anime that has beautiful CGI animation like this. The fact that they've made Piccolo and Pan the main characters of the movie was amazing. Again, it's a very awesome movie, but I still think Dragon Ball Super Broly is a bit better in my opinion. Now, this anime was being spread around Twitter like a woman's pair of ass cheeks, so eventually I caved in last month to see if this anime is good or not. And the verdict is... yeah, it's good. It's better than Hajime no Gal. And I say that because our female protagonist, Akari Watanabe, is a gyaru. It's kinda similar to Yukane Yame in many ways. Fashionable hair and clothes, big titties, and kind-hearted nature underneath their bitchy personalities. But the biggest reason why I say this anime is better than Hajime no Gal is because the story is pretty similar to Toradoro's story. And just to let you know, I love Toradoro. It's a really great anime. So for more than a married couple but not lovers, Jiro Yakuen is an introvert who's trying to get with his childhood friend, Shiori Sakurazawa, especially since their school implemented a new couples training program where a male and female student must act as a married couple. But this doesn't work out for the dude because he would instead be partnered with Akari, someone who's pretty much a bitch towards him. And that's where the Toradora similarities comes in. For not only do they decide to work together in order to gain enough points so that they can switch partners, but they've also insisted on helping each other get with their love interests. However, Akari would end up losing her feelings towards her crush Minami, and would slowly start falling in love with Jiro. So goddamn ironic if you ask me. But yeah, this anime is pretty good. Give it a watch if you're somewhat interested. Now this is easily the most wholesome anime ever made in 2022. If you thought My Dress Up Darling's the most wholesome one, then you haven't seen this one. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie is an amazing work of art. The story centers on Yu Izumi, an upbeat and friendly dude who's clumsy and has bad luck. But he has nothing to worry about since he has his protective girlfriend by his side, which happens to be Shikimori. She's athletic, very kind-hearted, very caring, very competitive, and is very protective towards Izumi as she often saves him from dangerous situations. I love this anime a lot. In fact, this is my second favorite anime on this list behind Vermeil and Gold. I just love the chemistry between Izumi and Shikimori. Now, I won't spoil much of this anime, but I highly recommend it a lot. This was one amazing anime to watch from start to finish. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit skeptical about this anime considering that the theme is based on tokusatsu, but I gave it a chance and I'm glad I did. Love After World Domination is a pretty good anime. Our MC, Fudo Aikawa, is the leader of a hero group called Friesen Sentai Gelato 5 and is known as Red Gelato. Fudo has a secret that he must keep from his fellow teammates and the media, and that's his forbidden relationship with Desumi Magahara, a soldier from the secret society Gecko organization, which is the evil side by the way. She's known as the Reaper Princess due to her phenomenal superhuman strength and sadism. So yeah, this anime centers on these two and their forbidden love, and I love every second of it. Can I also point out that this is the third anime in a row on this list that Macy Ann Johnson voiced in, Shiori from More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers, Shikimori from Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, and in this anime she voices as Haru Arisugawa, aka Pink Gelato. This woman is really talented. And yeah, speaking of the voice acting, I think the English voice acting is top notch. I love Lindsay Sato's performance as Desumi, and it was awesome to hear Tia Ballard as the voice of Anna Hojo, and Brittany Karbowski definitely nailed it as the voice of Kiki Majima, aka Beast Princess. Seriously, she's amazing in every anime she voiced in that I've watched so far. So yeah, give this anime a watch. It's a good mixture of wholesomeness, action, and light fan service. Even the ending theme, Love with the World by Dialogue, is amazing. I highly recommend it 100% sub or dubbed. Now here we are, the last anime on this list, which is season 4 of Date Alive. I honestly don't know how I can explain this season without spoiling it. All I can say is that it's a pretty good season with really great characters. I won't mention the 2 new spirits of this season or their backstories. That's for you to experience for yourself if you haven't caught up to this season yet. Hell, I'm not even going to mention Kurumi's backstory and all the other special details sprinkled throughout this season. You'll have to find out for yourself if you haven't watched Date Alive yet, which I do recommend a lot. But I am putting this one on the list because I had a good time with this season. I think it's really amazing, just like all the other previous seasons. Alright, that's the whole list. There's a lot of good anime that came out last year, and I apologize if I couldn't mention every single one. But I just had to make this video focusing on 10 of my favorite anime of 2022. But tell me, what's your favorite anime of 2022? Let me know in the comment section below and let's talk about it. But until then, this is the Starlight Let's Player signing out. As always, Goki Genyo and have a startastic day, everyone.
I knew I would fulfill my dream, yeah. They knew I started from the bottom, now I made it, yeah. The possibilities are endless, yeah, I say, yeah. I got the rules and I got everything I need, yeah. And now I'm chilling with a pretty gentle lady, yeah. She got a kind of gentle personality, yeah. She got them curvy hips and a booty for booty.